There are a lot of players going into this year's World Championships. Some are highly contended to be the next champion, while some are ready to make a big splash. Thing is, you might not know who's who. So over the next few days, we'll be releasing 1 or 2 videos every day profiling just a few of the many players you should keep an eye out for. You'll hear their stories, their struggles, and the things that they've been doing to prepare for Pasadena. So sit back, relax, and let's start off with the countdown to CTWC, starting with iBall.
One of the main reasons why I started playing Tetris is just from watching the CTWCs over the years. I saw 2018 and then 2019, and then I got into Mario speedrunning first. And especially after the CTWC where Dog won against Andy, that's when I really thought, you know what, I'm actually just going to give this a try. And then just to actually meet these guys in person was awesome. I've kind of always thought myself as someone who kind of rises a bit in higher pressure just in general. So when it comes to playing in person, I actually love it. Being in front of this whole setup with a bunch of lights and cameras and a whole crowd watching you, some people cheering on, I actually love it. Like, I really enjoy that. I like bantering with the other players a little bit, which is really fun. I remember my first game against DMJ, I ended up just outplaying him that game. He played really well, but my kill screen is not that great back then, but I actually managed to put up a few really good games against him. And then against Fractal, like, me and him were kind of chirping the whole time. We were going at it a little bit. I honestly, when I went to playing Fractal, my goal wasn't to win. My goal was to try and at least take one game. I mean, Fractal ended up winning the whole thing, and he just outplayed me and everyone else he played against, right?
He's Canadian. iBall is maybe the only person in the venue who has a chance to win 2 tournaments. This year, Super Mario Bros. And Tetris, both of which he is exceptional at. Really talented person in all sorts of NES games.
Even at that point, it was still a really good time. I had good comp play, but I also had a great time meeting everyone.
Now we're at CTWC 2024. Notably, you were not there. What happened?
What happened? Let me show you. 1 second. We were winning big. We were winning big in track and field. So this is a gold medal I got in the 4x400. That says like 328 on there. You can't read it, but it was my senior high school team. We got a 328.88 4x400 meter. It was the best time in the province. So for all you Americans out there, best time in the state, I guess. It was a tough decision because I actually had 3 conflicting events at that time. I had CTWC that I could have gone to. I had the track provincials and I had soccer provincials, and I ended up choosing track because that was the one I think I had the best chance of winning. And I mean, we ended up winning, right? Overall, I actually don't hate that decision. I think I actually made the right choice there. Like, it's tough to say that, especially if you're like a Tetris fan who's just like, oh, you should show up to CTWC and whatnot. But I got to be close with a lot of my teammates at the time. And even though it did suck because, man, imagine like going to CTWC, meeting Alexei Pajitnov, maybe making money on my trip, if I place top 8, right? It was my senior year of high school. I might as well go out with a bang with the lads, and that's what happened. So can't really complain about that, but we're back this year. The whole Montreal experience was great. Can't diss my own city, but other than Vancouver, it's the best city in Canada. So I absolutely love Montreal and had a great time there with everyone. I met Ella for the first time. I met Tristop before, but there were like a few other people that came over that I got to meet for the first time, which was awesome. It wasn't a sort of thing where I was like, I don't know if I'll make the finals. My expectation going into it was play against Tristop in the finals and give him a good run for his money. Because I knew, like, I'm realistic with myself. I know Tristop at that time, at least, was definitely a better player than me. Now I think we're about even. I've worked on my game a bit, but my goal was to try and at least take 1 or 2 games from him, see if I can maybe upset him a bit in the final. And I came very close to doing that.
But Tristop with that textbook kind of sloping stack. And iBall really playing more kind of a high wire act kind of game here. I mean, just with some of the digs and other things he's gotten himself into and out of. Oh no, and iBall's gonna top out, and Tristop is your tournament winner. Oh my word.
If I don't top out on 18, it was such an anticlimactic ending, honestly. I really wish that game could have gone to at least kill screen. That would have been so awesome.
In my mind, he's like consistent and like pretty good. Sometimes I'll just see him like get a 1.6. I'm like, what the heck? Pretty good wild card. Like, you always got to watch out for him. He's not like a immediate danger, but like you can't underestimate him. As a person, he's a great guy. We hung out a lot during the actual tournament. We ate like dinner together, so definitely one to watch out for.
Yeah, it kind of showed me that I needed to, first of all, in terms of my like gameplay, I need to get more consistent early game, which is what I started to do after that. Before that, I mean, I had I think one early top out and then like one kind of early top out against Tristop. You can't really do that against top players. You can't give them many games. You know, there's always kind of like a humbling aspect, especially at that point where I beat Dog a few times. I felt pretty good coming into the tournament, right? It's always good to kind of be shown that even though you might think you're good and maybe you are good, you're not the best in the world, right? I definitely knew that I could contend at the top. I think a big motivating factor for myself is the fact that a lot of people don't think I'm that type of player.
Yeah, iBall's not a threat. Definitely less than like some of the other top players. He's good. He's definitely on the up and up. But when I see iBall, I feel like if I get like a 1.4 on 29, that will probably give me the victory.
When it comes to things like that with people underrating me, I do use it to have a little bit of motivation coming into competition and other stuff like that. In terms of practicing goals, there's a few things that I've been doing for quite a while now. When I warm up for Tetris, it's always to be able to get a few 400k at 100 line 29 starts. My goal is to do that consistently almost every time. If you do that with a 1.1 into 29, you'll get to 39 with a rollover pretty much every time. In my CTM qual for this month in May, I got like a high 1.6 average. So it's been paying out pretty nicely so far. I don't think anyone else does this, but I do level 24 starts at 800k because that's kind of like a benchmark for me to get to 29 at 1.1. And if I can do that consistently, then it's just like, all right, from that 1.1, now can I play to 39 and get myself a rollover? That kind of comes from speedrunning a bit, where you do runs from like the middle of the game or something. In my opinion, like 800k at 24 is pretty much the middle of your Tetris match. So if you can do that to the end consistently, then it's like, all right, now you got to apply that for when it really matters. In terms of LA, I've never been there. I've never been to California before, so that's going to be a new experience for me. It's the same time zone, so I shouldn't be worried about fatigue, but I will say that I am staying with a bunch of SMB1 speedrunners there. It's not like I'm going to be like isolated from the Tetris guys, but it's more just like I'm going to be spending a lot of time with the SMB crew as well. My goal when I actually go to comps is to try and play as little Tetris as I can, just because I feel like if I enjoy the time with other people and I have a good time outside of the game, then that'll reflect on how I play. Like I'll still warm up and I'll still do like a few little things, but honestly, like a few days before I fly out, I won't even play Tetris. I'll just like try to relax and enjoy life, you know? In the end, you don't really know, right? You get there in the moment, and all you can really say is play your best game, and good luck to everyone, right?